Back to the factory. I see the gimmicks, the whack loop.
This is the Padres Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Diego Padres. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up? Que pasa, Padre fan? What is happening? My name is Jim Grieshaber. Call me Gries. Welcome. Bienvenidos aquí. Right here. Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you. You and you. You know what I'm saying? Yu Darvish. Jim Grieshaber. Call me Gries. Gries. At Jim Gries _ on social media. Give me a follow. Make you holla better than $1. You know what I'm saying? A big win for the Padres tonight. Huge one. Maybe the biggest one of the season so far. Why? Because they beat the Dodgers. Why? Because they beat them 2-1 in a playoff atmosphere at a sold-out Petco. Why? Because they made big play after big play to make it happen tonight in this game in a playoff atmosphere. The vibes, the energy, everything about Petco was all about that buzz, that feeling, that energy, the vibes that Javi's always talking about. It was all in tonight from everybody. Friar fanatics, Friar fandom, the faithful, everybody had Petco rockin'. What a beautiful night. What a beautiful night and a beautiful win for the Padres as they absolutely, oh man, what a performance. What a performance by Yu Darvish. What a win for the Padres. They are tied for first place after this win tonight. What a beautiful night at Petco Park to get it done. And again, a playoff environment, a playoff buzz, energy, atmosphere, all the above, anything you want to talk about with that. Yeah, we are all here for all that tonight. It is your Padres Postcast. Yu Darvish, phenomenal. Manny Machado making it happen. Ryan O'Hearn, a couple of hits. The defense, baby, behind him. Just an unbelievable night. A 3-hitter from Darvish and the bullpen, and the Padres are in first place, tied with the Dodgers after the win tonight. 2 more games to go at Petco. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries. It's the Postcast. You know what it is. Let's roll on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Oh, baby, Yu Darvish plus 3 relievers with a 3-hitter tonight. And the only run on the board for the Dodgers, a solo home run, believe it or not. Believe it or not, right? Really incredible when you think about it. A solo home run for the Dodgers is the only run of the game for them. And, you know, it's interesting. Darvish, brilliant tonight. Alex Freeland, his first career homer. They don't have much of a scouting report on this dude. You haven't faced him a ton of times. He gets lucky with a hit and a homer. Don't want to take that away from him. Big spot, big hit, huge, amazing for Freeland. But Yu Darvish was locked in tonight. 6 innings, dominant. That was the only hit he allowed in this game. And when you talk about Yu Darvish, you know what he did in the playoffs last year. You know his history. You know the legacy. You know everything about this dude. He's been unbelievable, obviously, in a Padres uniform, especially in the postseason. And Yu Darvish, 6 innings, 1 hit, 5 strikeouts, only 1 walk. Gave up the homer, and that was it tonight. So a beautiful job. But it wasn't just you, right? It was Jason Adam with a perfect 7th. It was Mason Miller giving you the EVGBs a little bit, walk 2 in the 8th, but they turned a 3-6-1 double play. I said a 3-6-1. Beautifully turned by Luis Arraez, who, yeah, Mike Schilt loves to talk in the post-game press conference about, and he did. He talked about how Luis Arraez has been playing league best level defense at first base. And maybe he has, which he should be the second baseman. And O'Hearn, who had 2 hits tonight, Ryan O'Hearn, should be at first. All right. So there, I how long did I go without mentioning that? I'm getting better. What do you guys think? I'm at like 4 minutes, 12 seconds to the show. By the way, thank you for making us your first watch or listen every day, live on YouTube right after the game. Boom, like instant live reaction. Here we are, right? After the show, we upload, you download. Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you get that audio version, right? You download our podcast, right? And then ROKU, over-the-top television, OTT. Yeah, you know me, not you or you. Love it. Anyway, what a night. I mean, we're just giddy, right? 2-1 gas lamp, ridiculous tonight. You know, like all that crap talking Dodgers fans did coming in. And it's tied, baby. It is tied. It is tied atop the National League Western Division. It is tied Let's see what the Cubbies did tonight. I want to see where we're at in the wild card race real quick as we roll on with the postcast. Yeah, Cubbies and Padres. Yes, Cubs still a game up in the wild card, but the Padres tied with the Dodgers atop the division. Somehow the Milwaukee Brewers win 14 games in a row and separate themselves from everyone, which, by the way, just talked about with Javier Reyes in your Locked On Padres podcast, which we just did yesterday, and it was released today. So hope you're enjoying the content. Hope you're enjoying the ride, the roll that the Padres are on. All right, let's break this game down a little bit for you here as we continue with the postcast. We don't want to get too crazy with the numbers and the logistics and everything that happened pitch by pitch or anything like that, but I can tell you that the Padres won it 2-1. They out-hit the Dodgers 7-3. No errors in the game. Sold-out crowd at Petco. Darvish gets the win. He is now 3-3 on the season. Playoff form for you. 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk for Yu Darvish. And Blake Snell was tremendous. The 2-time Cy Young Award winner, former Pod. He's 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, and they just could not get the big hit again. He was fantastic tonight as well. Suarez got the save. 2 of the 3 hits on the night came off of him. Interesting how Darvish gave up that 1 hit. Adams perfect. Man, Suarez just wow. Wow, man. And I'm texting Javier Reyes, Locked On Padres podcast, as the game's happening. I'm like, oh, no, here comes Suarez. Here's a hit. There's another hit. He called me a hater. Javi called me a hater. Is that really a hater? Am I a hater when I go, oh, no, Suarez is coming in? Were you not thinking the same thing? He gives up a 390-foot fly ball to Ohtani to start the inning. Then he gives up 2 hits. Dude, we are not feeling easy with Suarez as the closer. I told Javi, it's Miller. It's Miller time, baby. But then he walked 2 people. So I think Miller should be the closer. Suarez, man, he's going to blow a couple more down the stretch. They could be enormous, too. But hopefully, they're not too soul-crushing. He blows them, and then they make the move, and Miller becomes the closer before the playoffs, because Suarez as your closer, as you're playing teams like the Dodgers and the Cubs and the Brewers and the Phillies and whatever, and then you're looking at the American League champion, man, he's going to blow a save or 2, and he could end up costing you a playoff series or the World Series. I'll just say that about Robert Suarez right now. But here's what he does. Singles to Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. These are not chopped liver. These are MVPs, right? But still, you know how it's been with Suarez all year long. So the Padres back end win the series on the Giants. They lost the opener, win the next 3, and they take the opener of the Dodgers series 2-1 tonight. So here's what's happening here. You win 4 in a row. You're tied atop the division. And the Dodgers have had trouble with their rotation all year. They've had massive bullpen troubles lately, but they're still the number 1 offense in baseball. So for Yu Darvish to do this and amidst the complete and total chaos that is Dylan Cease in his 2025 season, and then you look at what else do you have? Michael King coming off the IL. You don't know. You know what I mean? You want to be down with the King, but you're not really sure. You're going to be down with him no matter what. But you know what I'm saying? You don't know what he's going to be when he comes back, and you're hoping, wishing and hoping won't get you nothing. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So Darvish might end up being the guy with Pivetta. How great has Pivetta been, by the way? He's pitching Sunday. Imagine Darvish and Pivetta. But now Nestor Cortez start even more enormous tomorrow, because you got to get this dub. You got to get this dub. You got to sweep these guys right now. You got to sweep them if you're the Pods. By the way, smash that subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we're coming your way with more content. Come on in to the chat room and say what up. You know what I'm saying? Come on, guys. San Diego, let them have it. The Dodgers have been talking crap all week. We got big numbers in there. Smash, smash, smash everything you can. And I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about the bell, the like, comments, all the above. And even if you're listening afterwards on any platform where you get your audio podcast, come on in, subscribe. Any questions you have, YouTube, hit the mailbag. You know what I'm saying? It's Gries. It's the postcast after every game. Javier Reyes, Locked On Padres podcast, day by day by day. Been doing it since before the pandemic. The rising tide lifting all boats, right? And I think about this. The Padres are in first place. This was their biggest win of the season. There are 33 games left, and the Padres, in spite of all the injuries in the rotation and the inconsistencies and the Riddler costumes your starting pitchers have been wearing all year, in spite of the fact that you didn't have a left fielder for half the season, in spite of the fact that your offense not only riddled with injuries, but just anemic. Only the Pirates were worse for a 45-day stretch, yet here you stand. Here you are, San Diego, in first freaking place. Let that sink in. Here you are, San Diego, in first freaking place. I am Jim Grieshaber. Call me Gries. I'm the guy that just told you that. So be happy, San Diego. Let it rip. Who's in the comments? Finally, somebody say something. Here we go. All right. Jace says hi. Hi, Jace. Ash, game 1 done. Need a solid start from Nasty Nestor tomorrow, and then give it to Pavetta on Sunday. Sweep LA. Yeah, baby. Bring Ice Cube out on the field now. Let's go. Suarez still not giving me confident vibes, says Tom, and I say the same exact thing. Travis Myers says, I was terrified once Mookie got on base, and I think everybody's terrified with Robert Suarez on the mound. Everybody except Javier Reyes. But I do believe Javi was great, by the way. We talked a lot before the deadline, and he nailed it. Did a crossover on our show, and he said, yo, let's fortify the bottom half of the lineup. Let's do, and that's what they did rather than bringing the big star. But O'Hearn still has to be the everyday first baseman with Rise moving back to second. Mike Schilt can try to sway everybody's opinions all he wants. I don't know why he loves Jake Cronenworth so much, but we're not going to make this show about that. Just beat the Dodgers 2-1. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries. The audience, the numbers are going through the roof. So thank you so much for being here, making us your first watch or listen every day. Still to come, the turning point. Still to come, the player of the game. Still to come, a look ahead to tomorrow. You're not really knowing what's going to happen. Tomorrow's a crazy little scenario. So we'll talk about that on the other side. But for right now, celebrate that dub, baby. It's the dub. West Side, San Diego with the victory 2-1 over the Dodgers, tied for first in the NL West, can claim sole possession of first place tomorrow. And if they do that, there'll only be 32 games left, and they will be in first place. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries. You might be wondering how I got all my energy tonight. Where is all this passion and fire coming from? Yes, right there. But there's more to it than that. I'm about to fill you in. Then we come back. We break this down a little bit more. Manny Machado, winning baseball player. Manny Machado, legend. Thank God we have Manny Machado in a Padres uniform. I'll tell you why in just a moment after I fill you in on an amazing product from one of our incredible sponsors. Come on. It's the Locked On Podcast Network, Padres Postcast. 2-1 the final. Padres win. And yay, it is time to fuel up and turn it up with 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. That's right, it transfused me. Look at me now. I'm getting paid. But this grape, ginger, and lime flavored shot, oh, who doesn't love it? The iconic taste of a golf course favorite to a non-alcoholic energy drink that makes Gries go crazy. It's perfect for sinking birdies or making great memories with friends or doing a postcast when the Padres beat the Dodgers 2-1 and tie them for first place. It is a hole-in-one for your energy game. So whether you're out on the course or you just need an extra push to celebrate a big win by the Padres or power through your day, 5-Hour Energy Transfusion delivers the clubhouse flavors you love without ever leaving the green. Think about it, right? Whenever you're out on the golf course, you need that little extra burst of energy. It's a quiet game, golf clap, all those things. But come on, times are changing. You know, the Incredible Hulk, rip that shirt off. Let's go. Golf's all about good times, good people, and good flavors, right? So the grape, ginger, lime flavor of 5-Hour Energy Transfusion gives you the best parts of your clubhouse go-to without leaving the course or chasing down the Bev card. And now you can amp up the fun even more because all you have to do is buy, snap, and enter for a chance to win your dream golf trip for 2 to any tournament in the USA. Excludes the Masters, by the way, but that's okay. You can go to any other one, right? So tee up that trip. Visit 5HEWin.com. That's 5FIVE. Our energy win, WIN, 5HEWin.com for full rules and entry. No purchase necessary. Excludes the Masters. Ends October 31st, 2025. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries. What an unbelievable night to be a Padres fan. Thanks again to 5-Hour Energy, proud sponsor of your Padres Postcast. Beautiful, beautiful victory tonight for the San Diego Padres as they go and tie the Dodgers for first place, right? 2-1. And again, I said it, the Padres with a beautiful job tonight. And again, I'll say it again, the Padres a beautiful job tonight. Yu Darvish, 6 innings. All he gives up is a solo homer to Alex Friedland. And you think about this, Manny Machado in the mix for the Padres. And he got robbed 2 times, by the way. So let's real quick I want to just tell you a little bit about who did what tonight, because in a 2-1 game, there's not a whole lot of offensive prowess. By the way, thank you for being our first watcher, listen every day. Myself with the postcast after every game, live on YouTube. After the YouTube show, we upload, you download. Spotify, iHeart, Apple, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you get your audio. And then you down with OTT. Yeah, you know me. This whole city, baby. We could turn the whole city wild. Yeah. Over-the-top television. We're free on Roku as well. All right. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries, and here we go with the Padres tonight. Fernando was 0 for 2, but he scored a run, walked twice. He's always doing something, right? Fernando Tatis Jr., Louis Arise, 1 for 3, hit one off the wall late in the game tonight. Also laid down a beautiful bunt in the middle of that inning where the Padres scored twice. More on that inning. Un momento, por favor. Ryan O'Hearn was 2 for 3 tonight. Maybe he should play every day. Who's been saying that? I don't know. So what was Jake Cronenworth? Oh, he was 1 for 2. He got a hit. Can you believe it? No. No, you can't, because he's a 230 hitter. Anyway, Bogarts 0 for 2. Had a sac fly. Drove in a run. Gavin Sheets 1 for 3. Laureano 1 for 3 tonight, playing center field. Moved over to left later in the game. And then Fermin 0 for 2 behind the dish. But he's much more important than just catching. Darvish 6 innings, 1 hit. It was the homer to Freeland. That's it. He walked 1, gave up 1 hit. Playoff you. You know what I'm saying? That was what was up with him. Adam, a perfect inning. Miller, a scoreless inning. And Suarez, 2 hits, but a scoreless inning. He gives up a fly ball to the wall off the bat of Ohtani. He gives up 2 hits in the inning to Betts and Freeman, and he doesn't give up a run. But, man, he gives you a heart attack. You're giving me a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? That's what Suarez does. And it's been a long year of that from him, and it's going to come back to bite you. You know what I mean? Oh, Tom says Miller, POG. Jay says, what up? Tom says, yes, make Miller the closer. See, I love that our audience is growing. I love that you guys are getting on board with everything here, and that's dope AF if you ask me. So, all right, here you go. You ready? It is time to get into a couple of things that I know you guys look forward to every night. We got the turning point, we got the star of the game, and then we look ahead to tomorrow, and then we get out of here because we're so far ahead, we're lonely, and we hand you off to Javier Reyes with your Locked On Padres podcast. But before we bounce like Mickey Mouse, let's do this.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Can we please talk about where this game was won? Can we please talk about the bottom of the 4th inning for the San Diego Padres? Can we please talk about how Fernando Tatis drew a walk to lead off the inning after, look, the Padres are down 1-0, right? The home run was hit in the 3rd inning by Freeland, but Darvish, everybody knows he's dealing. Everybody in the crowd knows they're into it. The energy's dope. The defense behind him, they know he is on fire and fuego tonight. So they know this already. In spite of the homer, they know this. So they're thinking like playoff atmosphere. Everything is just dope, right? So Yu Darvish dealing, obviously. Then comes the bottom of the 4th. It's 1-0 Dodgers, and this would be the final inning in which anybody would score in the game tonight. And in the playoffs, this is what happens, right? And this is what I talked about week in, week out, where the Padres keep winning 1-run games. They keep finding ways. They had the finale against the Giants. They had 3 bunts in a row. 2 of them hits, 1 of them a sack. Who does it? And 2 of them were Fernando and Arise, your superstar and a 3-time batting champ. Laying down bunts. Think about that. Sack bunts that turn into base hits. But think about that. When you have that mindset from your best players, willing to do anything, willing to scratch out runs however they need to, think about what that means, right? So 4th inning, turning point of this game, obviously. Fernando draws a walk. Beautifully done by Fernando Tatis Jr. Look, he was down 0-2. He comes back. He takes the change. He takes the curve. He takes the changeup again, fouls one off, and takes another one. His plate discipline, his eye up there, man, oh man, I love Fernando for that. Louis Arise with a bunt, catcher, and Fernando goes to second. It's a sack bunt, so Fernando on second, 1 away until, bang, Manny, why you bugging? Manny, base hit to center field, scores Fernando. O'Hearn singles. Manny goes over to third. 2 hits for O'Hearn tonight, who should be the everyday first baseman. Bogarts with a sacrifice fly, big deep shot to center onto the right field side, and it's 2-1. And that's it, because Sheets infield single, O'Hearn goes to second, and then Laureano grounds out, and that's the end of the inning. But Manny with an incredible job right there to drive in that run. And by the way, he got robbed in the bottom of the 1st inning on a beautiful play by Buddy Kennedy, and later in the game, Mookie Betts robbed him again. Otherwise, Manny he should have had 3 hits tonight. He was 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored, but you win 2-1. He drove one in, he scored the other one, which leads me to...
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Really, O'Hearn had 2 hits. Nobody else had more than 1. You know what I mean, for the Padres. So you look at, Arise had a hit, and Sheets had a hit. Laureano had 1, and Cronenworth had 1. And then, obviously O'Hearn had 2. But Manny Machado, 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. And, he's the player of the game. Manny Machado with a beautiful job tonight. He got the base hit to drive in the run. He scorched 2 other balls that he was robbed on. Would have had 3 hits. Great leadership, flawless defense as always. But this team is rolling, man. That little hiccup, that sweep last weekend, and that little stretch where the starters were giving up tons of runs and homers in the first inning. Look, Stevie Wonder could see that the starting pitching hasn't been amazing for the Padres this year, and it's a big question mark. Like I said, they're wearing Riddler costumes. But the way Yu Darvish pitched tonight, and like Javi said when we did our crossover show that's now released, that was out today for Locked On Padres podcast, man, it definitely, he still has faith in Dylan Cease. Pavetta's been unbelievable. Look, he's 8-2 after a Padres loss this year. The team's 10-3 in his starts after a loss. 8-2, 10-3. Think about that. 13 wins for Pavetta. He's been your guy. King's coming back. You got to feel good about that. With this bullpen, when you think about Estrada, when you think about Morejon, Miller, Adam, Suarez, that's your starter goes 4 innings. That's 5 guys. And we're not talking about Matsui and Wandy, and Morgan's been great, but those relievers, it's a 4-inning game, dog. Think about that. A 4-inning game with that bullpen. And then the offense, and pray to God Mike Schilt comes along and plays O'Hearn every day and plays Sheets a lot more, because honestly speaking, the one thing that could mess it up and make someone else the closer, the one thing that could mess it up right now is Mike Schilt. Be honest with you. The starting pitching, but Mike Schilt, dude, play O'Hearn every day. Move Arise over to second. How come I can see it? No one else can. Let me know what you're thinking in the chat. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Got to get out of here, though. Man, what a win. Can't go too much longer. We got to keep the difference between the postcast and, of course, the day-to-day show, Locked On Padres Podcast. Javier Reyes. I am Jim Grieshaber. Call me Gries. And what a win for the Padres tonight. Real quick, un momento, por favor. Want to thank you for making us your first watch or listen. YouTube, Roku, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify. You know what it is. Yeah. But for your next watch or listen, think about Locked On MLB Game Night. Locked On MLB on YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcast as well. It's every game. It's every night. Until a World Series champ is crowned, it is local analysis on a national scale. It is Locked On MLB Game Night on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Yu Darvish, 6 beautiful innings. And Manny Machado drives one in, scores the other one. That's all you need in a playoff atmosphere at sold-out Petco. Dodgers fall. Padres 2. LA 1. Padres tied for first in the NL West with 33 games remaining. And then tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. And tomorrow, Nestor Cortez will take the bump for the Padres against Tyler Glasnow. Think about that. Glasnow's 1-1 with a 3.12. Nasty Nestor 1-2 with a 5.87. And man, the Padres, Petco's going to be rocking tomorrow. Can't wait for that one. We'll be here right after that game with a postcast. The game starts at 5:40. We'll be here around 8:30, whenever you are ready. Let's roll. Hit that subscribe, the like, the bell, all those things, and keep on coming back for more Padres postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries, thanking you profusely for being here. Man, oh man, thank you so much for taking this ride with us. Keep your game tight and your mind right, baby. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries, Gries, __ on social media. I'm out. Good night. Thank you for being here. 2-1 Padres. First place. Let's go.